Hello and welcome to the Team of the Week. I think there was no other candidate for the goals this week other than Niall Morgan of Tyrone. He made a fantastic penalty save from Stephen Campbell with 20 minutes to go. That would have put the Orchard 4 points ahead at that stage, but instead the Tyrone men were able to go down the other end and push for a 5-point win. Who knows what would have happened if that had to go in, so Morgan gets the nod there. Full back line, it's going to be Cahill Hickey of Meath, Kevin Maguire of Westmeath and Mark Jordan of Antrim. Now none of these teams are operating and looking to challenge for an All-Ireland final this year, but that makes it all the more impressive. Meath's Hickey had an excellent performance against Down. Kevin Maguire kept Killian O'Connor of Mayo to just a point from play during the 70 minutes, and Mark Jordan of Antrim gave an excellent display against Sligo. In the half-back line, Carl O'Connell and Ryan McAnespie, his Monaghan teammate, both raided forward from the wing-back slots throughout their league clash. Carl O'Connell just about getting the nod there. Half-back Paddy Durkin, he was brilliant against Westmeath. Bombed forward time after time in the game. Very few players can live with him, and he scored 3 points, which is some going from the half-back line. Peter Hart just to the left of him in this selection. Hart's goal early on in the game against Armagh, where he collected the ball just outside the 21, took a few steps and just lashed it into the roof of the net, was a joy to behold, and he was a thorn in Armagh's side throughout, and his position a little bit deeper this year might spell good things for Fergal Logan and Brian Dewar in their first year in charge. At the midfield, Ian Maguire of Cork, Laois found him very difficult to deal with all day, a massive man, and when he gets the legs pumping he's very hard to stop, so he was an automatic in the team, as was Matthew Ruan, who again, as he's been doing throughout this league, just flying forward and just really impressive yet again. Brian Minton of Meath, it must be mentioned, had a very good game for Meath in their win over Down. Paul Conroy, as Galway got their season back up and running after last week's annihilation against Kerry. They really needed a boon and they got it against Roscommon. That's their first win since before the pandemic started early in 2020, so that was much needed for Pádraig Joyce. Then half forward line, let's jump on and have a look. Niall Scully, I would have seen him as the man of the match in Dublin's draw with Kerry down at Semple Stadium. He was excellent all day, link man, setting up so many goal scoring chances, including the one for Con O'Callaghan just before half time when Con muscled Paul Murphy out of it. But Scully has really developed into a top player in the past couple of years. When he started out, it was trying to keep the likes of Paul Flynn and Darren Mccurry out of the team, and now it just looks like they can't really live without him. He's become an excellent player, so he was a definite in the team here. Darren Mccurry got 7 points from centre forward, 4 of those were from frees, but that beautiful point when he actually moved inside, spun his man, stabbed the ball up with his left foot, and from an impossibly tight angle knocked one over. I think it was only 2 yards out, but he was way off over at the side, so that was an excellent score from Mccurry. And since he came back in with Tyrone, he's just been improving all the time. Plenty of other guys that we could have looked at in the half forward line. Derek Hannoven was really good for Tyrone, just a brilliant link man, moving the ball around, just shimmying like his father Peter, and just developing quickly into a really important player for Tyrone. Shane Walsh for Galway was very good. Shane McGuigan for Derry as they shot the lights out against Fermanagh. Neil Flynn playing inside for Kildare after coming on against Cork and impressing. He got the start as they lost to Clare, but it was a Clare man who completes the half forward line, and that's Owen Cleary. It was only last week he scored that incredible banana shot point with his left foot from around the 14 against Laois, and this week he franked that form with 7 points in the win over Kildare, which many people might not have seen coming given the results last week with Kildare beating Cork. 45, 3 frees and 3 from play for Cleary, and he's really just become such a star man for the banner. The inside line pretty much automatic. There were guys out there who did really well, and in any other week they might have gotten the team of the week. Neil Flynn, as I said, he scored 4 points, 2 from frees. Killian O'Sullivan with 2-1 for Meath. Paddy McBearty got 8 points, half of them from play, and Kieran Murtaugh with 1-5 for Roscommon. But look, David Clifford was sensational for Kerry in their drawn game with Dublin, and that penalty at the end just kind of you never felt he was going to miss. Con O'Callaghan was also brilliant for Dublin, scored a couple of goals and might have had a few more, especially if he had been fed a little bit more in the second half. And Conor McCarthy scoring 3-1 for Monaghan against the top side like Donegal. You really can't ignore that sort of a performance. So what a sensational performance by that inside line in particular. That's my team of the week. Please let me know what yours is.